So this is actually going to be a first where I'm going to try dipping two toes in. Like I'm still in the process of finding out what works. Like one of the reasons why I haven't been confident is like normally on the internet, right? It goes one way or the other. It's either normally, you know, ooh, I hate your guts, go get canceled, go get fucked. Or, oh, hey, this is super popular, I really like this. And then there's the situation I find myself in, which is neither of these things. If people don't like me, they haven't voiced it. And if people do like me, they also haven't voiced that either. So, because of that, I honestly have felt like a little bit of a limbo. I would honestly enjoy a hate comment at this point. No, seriously. But anyway, because of that, I kind of, I guess, now do want to dive a little bit into the sports world and see if talking about sports and talking about my love of sports, and particularly my love of my basketball team, the 76ers, or the Eagles, like I sang that Eagles song. If stuff like that ends up working. So, as you know, there was the NBA draft that just concluded over a 2 day weekend. Oh, and by the way, that gives us our first topic. Why 2 days? And second of all, why at 8 p.m.? I kind of get it. They wanted the second rounders to have their own day. But if we were to compare this to the NFL draft for a moment, the NFL draft, when they do, rounds 4 through 7, which would be the rough equivalent, it literally starts in the afternoon and ends at 4 or 5. You don't need a prime time slot for the second round. You just don't. And I think that's true even for the second rounders. Like, did it feel special or did it feel like they're leftovers, right? Just do the second round in the afternoon. I don't understand why it would be, the same 8 o'clock start time. Anyway, we draft BJ Edgecombe with the third overall pick. I think he is a good player. He's someone that I had initially ranked 8th on my board, but that was because I was looking at what he can do and what he couldn't necessarily do completely. And what I forgot was the human inside of you. And there was the whole Ace Bailey drama, and that really put into focus about the human inside of you. And BJ Edgecombe is an incredible human being, incredible work ethic. I am beyond stoked to have him, and I can't wait to see what his career becomes because at a baseline, I think he could be a starter in this league. In fact, I know he's going to start from day one. They don't pick number 3rd overall picks to come off the bench. I'm just warning Sixer fans of that now. BJ Edgecombe is starting with Maxine in the backcourt for the foreseeable future. Like it, hate it, but that's what's going to happen. As a baseline, I think he's a solid starter. Down the road, it could be really fucking exciting for the Philadelphia 76ers. So that's my fault on the third pick. I would have maybe liked to have traded down. There were a bunch of guys in that 3 through 8 range where it would have made a lot of sense for my Sixers to trade down, get another extra pick, get more capital, basically get more young talent in the building. Because honestly, I never really thought you were one player away. But, I'm fine with BJ. I'm fine. It's a B grade. It's a solid pick. More interesting for the Sixers was the 35th pick. Because there were two guys who fell. Now, the Minnesota Timberwolves, or was it the Phoenix Suns, one of those, no, it was Phoenix. They did a lot of maneuvering. They saw the situation for what it was, and they went and they go and get the value guy, even though you basically acquire 3 bigs, in a Malawak and then Mark Williams, although Mark Williams basically doesn't play, so There's that. And then you go and you get Rashia Fleming. Their front court is settled for the foreseeable future. If Malawak pans out, I honestly would have picked Derek Queen over Malawak, but hey, that was Phoenix's board. Their board is different than mine. That is what that is, right? But they do get good front court players, and so they're pretty settled there. So if you're a Phoenix Suns fan, your rebuild is looking off to a good start. I personally think they need to trade Devin Booker. The $70 million contract extension as reported by Wendy is just ridiculous. I am sorry, these numbers in the NBA are just getting completely out of control. In no universe is Devin Booker's basketball skill worth $70 million. It's straight out, and I'm not a hater, he's a damn good player. But Devin Booker on his own, we forget that. Before Chris Paul, before all that, the Phoenix Suns were a bottom of the lottery team. Chris Paul goes, the Kevin Durant experiment fails, and you are a bottom half team. Because Devin Booker is not, and never has been, a player to build around. The idea that he's a $70 million player is absurd, and if you're Phoenix's front office, if I were running things there, I would be looking for every possible call for Devin Booker as fast as I can. But you think he's into his $70 million as he goes into his 28th, 29th, 30th, 31 year. Take it from a Sixer fan dealing with the Paul George thing. It can only age horrible. Get out of that while you can. That's my thought on that. So, getting back to the Sixers, right? They take Fleming, and Charlotte takes Zion James, and they take Kalkabinga. Now, I think that Kalkabinga was probably number one on the Sixer board. And the reason I say that is because of who they ended up picking. They ended up picking John Boone. Now, I personally wanted Maxime Reynolds. He was the other first rounder that fell into the second round. If Reynolds didn't fall, if the board were normal and Boone was looking like one of the top bigs out there in the second round, I would have been completely and totally all for Boone. He's a solid rebounder, solid on the interior, high energy kind of guy, but not the jump shooter or floor spacer that I generally want in my big men in the modern era. And especially on a team like the Sixers, that little secret, they can't freaking shoot. So it's like, what are we doing? But after picking a million backcourt players, at least we do get a big man. So at least there's that. Now, the Summer League will be coming up, and I guess I'll be making video recaps of what I thought of the Summer League. I don't know yet if I'm going to make it a general thing, or if it's just going to strictly focus on the Summer Sixers. I guess who knows, right? I, as a fan, before VTubing, before content creation, I just stick to my local team, and that's that. So maybe the more authentic thing is just to, remain purely to that one side. I don't know. But yeah, this was me recapping the draft. I'm going to be posting a music video, couple music videos. I miss singing. And, better for better or worse. And I'm thinking of making gaming videos, video game videos, whenever I can find out how to both have OBS and VTube Studio and the game on while. Because there's a game that I love that's a full screen game, and I don't know how that's going to work, so stay tuned as I continue to figure all this out. Thanks. Peace.